Hi everyone, I am back with an amazing message that I just could not wait to tell the ASPIKA community. I am so blessed with the response that I got from the first ASPIKA talk. This community has really taken me in. I've gotten messages, text messages, emails, and even from the president of ASPIKA, amazing words of encouragement and just a blessing to be able to touch the lives that I did that day. But today, let's talk about your greatness. Are you ready to release the greatness inside of you? Today, I'm going to talk about some of the things that may hold you back from your greatness, or the things that you do need in order to find that greatness inside of you. So let's start with the things that are in you. You do know that you have been wonderfully created. You are actually made for a purpose. There are things that you have to give this world that only you can give. So the 4 things that I do every day to help me get into my greatness is, first, I pray. I pray, and then I have to listen. The reason for prayer is silent time. Is that time where you can just take a breath, take it in, and ask, what is it that you need that day? And also, sometimes I pray for things to not come into my life, to not come into my space. Because in a minute, I'm going to tell you why. So after I pray, I have to listen. What do I mean by listening? Well, there's nobody around me when I'm praying, but I'm listening for that inner voice. Do you know you have an inner voice? Have you ever heard your inner voice? Does your inner voice drive you crazy? You know why it drives you crazy? Because there's a dream inside of you that's yelling at you and saying, why are you not dreaming? Why are you not fulfilling that dream? Why have you stopped dreaming? Why have you forgotten about me? There's an amazing speaker, Les Brown, that says that when you're dying, when you're in the hospital bed, the dreams are dying with you. And I always remember that because my story was really a miraculous one. So after I pray, I listen to the inner voice, I have to be obedient. What does obedient mean to you? You have to define it. Obedient is not a negative term. Obedient is something that you do towards something good in your life. When you listen to guidance, when you listen to a dream or vision that you had, being obedient means you go after it. You reach out to the people you're supposed to. You pray for the people you're supposed to. You help others, support others. And remember that when you're giving, the world is going to come back. The universe will come back and give back to you. Don't ever forget that. And lastly, the 4th thing I do is be consistent. Best compliment I ever got in the last years, over a decade of being cancer-free, was one of my friends said to me, David, you know what I admire about you is that you're consistent in your message. And it literally broke me. I didn't know what to say. Because it's been such an amazing journey, but at the same time, sometimes it's a lonely journey. And sometimes it's a responsibility that I don't wish on anybody, but I also know that with that responsibility is where the blessing is at. So the 4 things that I do to at least acknowledge the greatness for just today, let's just talk about one day at a time, is I pray, I listen, I'm consistent, and I'm obedient. That's how I get into my greatness, right? Because that somewhere in there, I'm going to get my gift of that day. I'm going to unwrap my day, and I'm going to see what's in it. What do I have to be today? So there's things, though, that stop us from our greatness. So I'm going to call it the 3 C's. You know, C for cancer, because remember, cancer revealed my purpose. I had to battle cancer twice, and that journey revealed my purpose today. All of us have some type of cancer, something that will distract you, destroy you, or try to take your dreams away. But this time I want to talk about the 3 C's that can stop you from your greatness. You ready for this? How many times are you criticized, or do you criticize yourself? Think about that one. Take a moment. How many times do you criticize others? Or more importantly, do you criticize yourself? Do you know that criticizing yourself is the one thing that's also holding you from your greatness? The 2nd C is complaining. Whew! Let me tell you, Miami traffic. You can complain at any minute when someone just jumps in front of you, or you can complain about someone else that's doing something that you think you should be doing. Or you can complain about just life because you're not in a good place. Or the atmosphere that you're in is not conducive to your dreams becoming a reality. So criticizing is the first one. Complaining is the second one. The third one, comparing. How many times have you compared yourself to someone else? See, social media is an amazing, amazing outlet, an amazing tool to be able to share my story, to be able to inspire, to be able to motivate, to be able to impact. But yet, it can also be really bad for a lot of people because they start comparing their lives to other people, forgetting that they have a uniqueness about them that no one else can do. See, no one can tell my message better than me, and no one can tell your message better than you. And I'm going to get that. I'm going to get to that part because your message has to be shared. But remember that when you think that you are limitless, the world has full potential for you to go after your dreams. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you're not good enough. Don't let anything limit you from living your dreams. And remember that vision, that dream that's in your heart and your spirit is supposed to come to a reality. Don't let anything stop you from that. So the three things, criticizing, complaining, those things are just going to stop you from everything else. Never compare yourself to anyone. You are uniquely and wonderfully made. Don't ever forget that. You have a gift and talents inside of you that are meant to be shared with the world. The world is a better place because you are in it. Don't ever forget that. Don't let anyone lie to you. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. Before the T, it says, I can. And you can do all things. Don't ever forget that. That is the words that I live by. I can do all things. And sometimes I just have to scream it. Maybe you're supposed to do that today. And just say after me, I can do all things. Because you can, but you got to do it and believe it. Don't ever forget that. I want to give you an example of something that you probably forgot about. You remember a number 2 pencil? You remember those? Any of you? You remember what a number 2 pencil? We don't even use pens anymore. We don't even use pencils anymore. We use laptops, iPads, iPhones, you name it, right? And for you Android fans, of course, yes, Samsung, all of them. But remember the number 2 pencil? How can you make a number 2 pencil useful? It shouldn't be that hard if you actually remember what a number 2 pencil is. Well, you have to have a sharpener. And if you have sharpened it, the lead comes out. And what you can do, you can make it useful. You can start writing. And that's how you should be. What happens when the lead goes off? When you continue to use it, and now you need to resharpen it. Why? So you can make it useful again. Think about your life. Are you analyzing your life? Are you resharpening your life? Are you resharpening your dreams? Are you writing your dreams down? Are you writing your goals down? Your aspirations? Are you writing what bothers you? Are you writing what excites you? So then you can be accountable to it. So the only way the pencil becomes useful is by you sharpening it. The second thing the pencil does, it has an eraser in the back. So you can what? Erase. So you can retool. So you can actually learn lessons from it. As you write your story, you're going to make mistakes. As you walk through this world that we call an amazing world that we are able to live in, you're going to make mistakes. I promise you. But those mistakes have to become lessons. And the eraser is only there to be able to restart. Every day is a new beginning in my life. I don't wake up thinking about what happened yesterday or the day before or last week. I think about what the things that I have planned for today. And then I figure out how I can fix the past. But that's what the eraser does. You can erase it, but don't forget to learn the lessons. You make use of it. You erase and learn lessons from it. And then don't forget that in order to tell your story, you have to write it. Write your own story. Don't let anyone else do that for you. They don't know what you've gone through. They have no idea what you have to listen to. They don't know the atmosphere that has been created for you. But they also don't know the gifts and talents that have been given to you. And until you analyze that, and until you start writing your story, then you're able to share it. How do you release what's inside of you? By releasing your greatness. Don't forget that. You're uniquely and wonderfully made. You are a masterpiece. There's things that we need from you. There's things that you need from me. We are all created for a specific purpose, but we have an ultimate purpose. And that is to what? To serve. And if you don't serve, and if you don't analyze your life, and you don't look at your gifts and talents, and you forget about the distractions, stop complaining, stop criticizing, stop comparing. Remember, like that pencil, you write your story. Don't let anyone else do it. And lastly, surviving cancer released my purpose. Because what I did is I analyzed my life, but more importantly, I remembered that God had given me specific dreams, specifics. And those dreams or visions are meant to come to pass at some point in my life. The timing is not mine, I do know that. But I will tell you this, if my story can touch one person, and that one person can believe that their whatever challenge they're going through can become their blessing, I did my job. Like I said, you got to be consistent. Well, I always finish with this. Find hope, have faith, live every day with purpose. And remember, you can be a miracle in someone's life today. How do we find hope? Through stories, through other people. How do we have faith? Through learning about our lessons and understanding that everything we accomplish and we overcome builds our faith. Third, living every day with purpose starts with you. Find something that is going to elevate you and elevate others. And lastly, to be a miracle in someone's life. You can be that miracle. You can share your story, and you can release the greatness inside of you. God bless you.